Okay, Mr. Homeowner, all of our customers always appreciate knowing what's causing these issues. So here's just a visual of what we call the stacking effect. It's just how your house breathes. So at the bottom here, you have the cold air or warm air, whatever degrees it is outside, being sucked in through those vents of your crawl space. That air actually moves upwards into the living space that's traveling through the floor framing system, then into the second floor or into the attic. From the attic, it exits through the roof, through like a gable vent or a ridge vent. Now, one of the major issues here is, obviously in the winter, it gets super, super cold. So your crawl space is going to be very, very cold. All that air is going to travel through your floor framing system up into your living space. Obviously, you don't want that in the wintertime. This could also cause freezing pipes, and it may burst depending on how cold it is. And you also might have some of your PEX piping bursting. I've also seen this happen. Then in the summertime, quite the opposite. When you have the AC cranking on a July or August day, you don't want any more hot air coming through, which is exactly what's happening. So all that hot air is getting sucked into the crawl space, up the floor framing system, into your living space. Now this causes a lot of moisture, so all of your floor framing system components are made out of wood, and it's absorbing all of that high humidity, warm summer air. And do you know why this is bad? Yeah, it could definitely create any mildew or rot or mold. So then we move on to temperature. So I know you have your air conditioning unit down there. All of those pipes usually are pretty cold because it's pumping all that cold air up into your living space. So when we have a very hot day, this is similar to bringing an ice cold cup of soda out on your porch when it's 100 degrees outside. It's going to have a clashing environment, and all of that condensation will start dripping. It will actually absorb into the insulation beside it, and that will cause this to fail and drip down like we're seeing here in your home. All of that water will then be absorbed into the floor framing system and cause more moisture, rot, mildew, or mold. The R value is pretty much compromised. So that's the rating they give insulation on how well it can insulate a home. But once that gets wet, it's pretty much toast. Does that make sense, all those causes? Okay, awesome. I'm just gonna move on to something next. These are just kind of historic options for repair that folks have tried to use in the past to resolve these issues, but they're proven to fail. First one, it's not really a solution, it's just no insulation. I hope you and I are on the same page that this isn't a solution. Are we? Awesome. So glad we're on the same page there. Next, we have spray foam. So if we know your wood is already wet, do we think that encapsulating it in spray foam will help anything? Awesome. We'll just keep moving on here. Then we have XPS board. So this, you can buy it at Home Depot, but obviously we've known your issue is the moisture content in the crawl space. This can absorb water, which means its job is going to fail. This will fail. Then we have fiberglass insulation trapping moisture. So we already know this is going on in your crawl space. I think we can both agree that just replacing it wouldn't fix your issue. This can be pretty permanent damage. Insulation can rot out the wood beside it. Insulation is great on the right application. Insulation is not meant to be put in an uncontrolled environment. So in this case, the environment isn't controlled, meaning the insulation won't work properly. If it was on the interior walls of your home, that's awesome. It works great. But something like this, it just doesn't work here because it can just hold all of that moisture and create a lot more issues. So Mr. Homeowner, based upon all of these historic options, do you think any of these would be a permanent fix? Awesome. I'm glad we're on the same page. They would not be. So our engineers have put together a short video clip to show you a better solution and they explain it on a very high level.
If the living space in your home is difficult and expensive to heat and cool, and no matter how high you set the thermostat, your floors are still cold, there's a good chance your crawl space is the culprit. In colder months, your crawl space walls allow heat to escape and frigid, unconditioned air to leak in easily. These temperature changes force your HVAC equipment to overcompensate and work hard to regulate the air in your home, creating a significant loss of energy and an overall inefficient heating and cooling system. Crawl space insulation plays a crucial role in maintaining the structural integrity, energy efficiency, and comfort of your home. To properly insulate the entire home and complete the thermal envelope, you must insulate the foundation walls and rim joists in your crawl space. But not just any insulation will do. Old school methods like fiberglass batt insulation commonly compresses during install, holds moisture, promotes mold growth and wood rot, and easily allows air to pass through, losing all of its R value and its effectiveness. XPS boards like those found in big box stores absorb water and therefore will degrade over time. The best solution, with the world's most advanced insulating technology and performance, is AquaStop Extreme Block. A rigid foam closed cell insulation board, Extreme Block is a moisture-proof application that serves as a durable, radiant seal around the perimeter of your crawl space. On the inside, vapor-expanded gas-filled cells provide superior thermal resistance, and the exterior sheathing prevents the significant loss of radiant heat, saving you money and improving comfort. Add the AquaStop Extreme Block system to your encapsulation and start enjoying the comfort, energy efficiency, and savings of a properly insulated home.
Awesome. So any questions on that so far? Okay, pretty self-explanatory. So obviously we have to remove all of the old insulation. Then we're going to come in and properly insulate the actual walls of the crawl space. These are actually leveled onto the rim joist. This is kind of just a detailed photo of them actually installing the Extreme Block. And this is just a more detailed picture of what it looks like. So with that being said, Mr. Homeowner, do you think that this would be a permanent solution that will control the environment of your crawl space? Awesome.